Okay, alright. How's it going, guys? D here, FTO Nerd Talk. This is it. Last day, DragonCon. It's over. Game over. The con is done. Everything is taken down. I saw like the people pulling up the tapes on the ground. Lots of suitcases. A lot of bags all going out the same doors. The halls were empty. Tumbleweeds were just floating all over the floor. It was wild. It was a good time. I just sat. If I'm being honest, like not the entire time. Finally got to go to Amerimart because there was no one there, thankfully. If those of you who don't know, the last day of the con is always the best day to buy anything you want to buy. Will you miss out on that really cool item that you couldn't afford anyway? You absolutely will. But will you find something that is just as good and moderately within your budget? You most definitely will. So that's the best day to go to any con is on the last day. I get it. I gotta make my flight. I gotta get home. Get a late flight. On the last day, get a late flight. Hang around the town. Walk around. Take in a dinner. Then go hang out at the airport for the rest of the day. And then go home. Then go to bed as soon as you get there. It's the best way to do it. You won't even feel the jet lag. But I walked around the Amerimart, talked to a lot of different people. Let's see what names I got here. There was a lot of folks. It's late. If we're just going to be honest with everybody, it's late. Like late. If you've been paying attention to FTO, you notice I've been putting like these banners out, like these promos for the cosplayers out there. That's the thing, man. Just got to put everybody on blast. Heard there was some drama at DragonCon with a couple of content creators in a panel. Yeesh. Alright. Like, I hope everything's good out there. I'm not saying any names. Not happening. Not being that guy. But yeah, hope everything's fine. Alright, so I hit up this Artemis letter. Like, this is all like leather, armor-ish. Like Dungeons and Dragons style, fantasy, armor and leather. Has some cool stuff. Like, I like this stuff. I feel like I couldn't practically wear stuff like that. I feel like it wouldn't be flattering on me. But I like leather type stuff. And like that was the first thing I saw. This is on the first floor, mind you. The next floor had like trinkets. Got to meet what was it? Is it Wade Zuka? The artist who does like it's hard to describe this style, especially when I don't know like the actual name. So I'm gonna change this subject into something else. What else did I see? I got to meet this lovely person whose name is escaping me. I'm trying to read it. Sheila English. She has this book called Adam Frankenstein. And like the way she pitched this idea to me, like the story concept is it takes from like the Mary Shelley style of Frankenstein, but what if he had like no idea what good or bad is, no moral compass, like he has no pain, like he was just born that day and he was already an adult, and what kind of person would he be and how different would he be from us? But she put him in the 80s or the 70s and he's a marshal. It's really fascinating, like type of idea. Like it really stuck with me. So I think she has like a couple books also. I can't see the name. I'll hopefully make banners for all of these individuals and put them out there for you guys to see. That's the only reason why I did this. Just so like I got a better way to show you all the cool things that I saw at DragonCon or any other convention. I just see some cool flask. Like I thought about being at a place just like this, like walking around a con and just going from place to place. Sometimes some tonic can be helpful. I think that's the most PG way I can say that. But I thought something cool was there. Just see if I can read some of these. Keep calm and nerd on. What was a clever girl. Tears of my exes. That's what all these different flasks say. Like there's a DragonCon one, Bibbidi Boppity Booze, typical stuff like you think you would see on a flask is what this is. And like it's so out of the ordinary. I just thought it was cool. The other thing I saw was a place called Sure Bonder. I definitely thought it said Sure Boner. Hey man, I grew up a teenage boy. Like, come on, that's like big bro humor. But yeah, it's adhesive, so it's for cosplayers. Like, it's supposed to be a very strong adhesive that works well on fabric. It's really, I don't know if it was the marketing or like the displays they had in front. It was just really interesting. I got a nice conversation from a sweet Scientologist lady, and it was, I wouldn't say unbearable, but definitely out of the ordinary. Yeah. L. Ron Hubbard, Scientology is something, and people do believe it. And I'm not one to smash anyone's belief, but my goodness. Comfort wasn't at 100. Let's put it that way. You don't run into that very often. Like, like the individuals outside like of their Christianity set talking about religion and gospel to you in a way that is also nerdy. Like, what do you do with that? I don't know. Fanaticism is a wild thing, isn't it? Anyways, I saw some xenomorphs at Scott Spillman. He also had a Hellraiser Yoda, or, Grogu. They could just let it happen. They could have, never told us that character's name. Like, we don't know the Doctor's real name. We never had to know what Baby Yoda's name was. We never needed to know that. Ever. That's a whole different conversation. Then I saw this place called Raven's Wood. And, I'm talking to you about all this because I have fun doing this. And, hey, this is my podcast. So, yeah. But they had, some very cool Wonder Woman tiaras there. I tried one on. I look gorgeous. Jeez, look at that face. So, if you're listening to this, and then you see a post of me just wearing a tiara and just that, know that this is the thing. This is what I'm talking about. Guys, I'm such a dork. There was someone there. They had a exhibitor assistant there. I think her name was no, Felicia. I don't know. I feel bad. Yeah, I got distracted while wearing a tiara. It kind of threw everything off. I thought it looked good, but I will say she was very helpful, and she showed me different ways the tiara itself can function on a person's head. It's bendable. You can bend this to any shape you want to any head, and it'll just go back because it's metal. It's made to do this. It was really cool to see. It's stuff you see like that, it's common sense, but you don't see the practicality until you actually execute it. And it was really nice to see it up close and personal. They also had a lot of superhero gear at this place. It's Ravenwood. A lot of leather style superhero gear, from leather jackets with Captain America and Nightwing on it, or a leather vest with Robin or Captain America. It was really cool to see all that there. Kind of it caught my eye. Yeah. They also got biker jackets with the Flash and Spider-Man. It was just a cool stuff. The other thing that really caught my eye was something called Critical Hit Collectibles. Now, usually I don't really partake. That's a lie. That's a straight up lie. I'm straight up fibbing. I do take part in the knickknacks because those are usually the cool stuff, which will turn out to be the cool new thing that everyone's talking about. And this Critical Hit Collectibles had these hive magnets. They caught my eye. I've already posted it. What's the old dude's name? Kevin Hayden. He's the owner of this. It's pretty cool stuff. It just is. It's just cool stuff, man. They're hive magnets. So imagine you can just do any kind of logo, but you can take it apart and spread it all over your fridge, and then you just put it back together because it's a hive. I'm looking at my fridge right now, and it has numbers and letters that are magnets, but I like having magnets on my fridge because I put stuff on my refrigerator. It's like my biggest whiteboard that I'm always going to look at. You feel me? So, yeah, that's my whole thing. So a place called, I saw one of those LARPing areas. That was pretty cool. Geek Orthodox. We're talking about Geek Orthodox. I was hanging out with this lovely person, Nicole Maria. Now, I'm going to do this, and it's going to probably irk her because I'm doing this, but do not call her Marie because that is not her name. She was very candid into letting me know, do not call me Marie because that is not my name, because I'm almost certain a few people have made that mistake before, so keep that in mind. But she did a great storm costume, so I posted that one yesterday as well. But she was just a fun person to talk with. Talked to her about her family, talked to her about her lineage. I think she said she was Dutch Caribbean. Just, just a cool dude. Bar none. It was just a fun time just hanging out, just going, like, we went through all different floors. She bought a few things. I got absolutely nothing. I talked to a lot of artists. That's kind of where I was headed with this here pretty soon. Like, there's a lot of shirts that I saw. There's this one dude who had like this really cool stuff. His name is Kinasuk. I think that's his name. He had this one drawing that I saw. It was a baby or chibi Goku on the Nimbus cloud, but it was a silhouette of him on the Nimbus cloud, and inside of it was the entire story of Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Super. And like it blew my mind. Like he put the entire story, the entire like key point stories from Dragon Ball all the way to Super into this one creation. And like, I gotta tell you, this was absolutely phenomenal. Like, it took me. And then I turned around, literally turned my back to the other side to see this amazing painting of Sam Jackson as multiple characters. And like you see almost every one of his characters that he's ever done, voice acting, animated or not, and they all wearing signs with like numbers attached to it, like 6, 7, 7, 24, 37, and you think like what? Like it says spelling bee in the background, but like this is like not a spelling bee. What the hell is this? It's all the times he said MF. Oh, it's Sam Jackson. Every time he says like motherfucker instead of a movie. What's wrong with me? You don't censor Sam Jackson unless it's like snakes on a plane kind of situation. Gosh, I'm getting tired. There's a lot of cool art. I got a lot of stuff I can post and talk about. I got to meet Marcus, Division, the Tatiki Air artist. If you can't tell, my mouth is getting a little dry. He did that. He's most commonly known in my view for the Swaptober, like swapping characters out back and forth, like gender wise. And I say this a lot, and you can tell me that I'm wrong or show me something else that says otherwise. But I feel like Marcus is the guy who started the swapping of genders and making it okay in the cosplay community. Because like people were doing the whole swapping of genders, but it wasn't until that Swaptober thing started, and every other artist hopped on that wagon on Instagram or Facebook or DeviantArt or what was a popular drawing, Tumblr as well. Like on all those places, you saw nothing but Swaptober, and like I think that poured over into the cosplay community. And I think Marcus was a big proponent of making that happen. There may be other artists out there who did, but for me in the community I was a part of, it was Marcus who was the guy who did that. So it was cool to finally meet him. Got to shake his hand. Shaking hand may not mean much to you guys, but shaking hand means a lot for where I come from. So it was cool to shake his hand. Also got to meet Scott Hanna. He's the guy who pretty much got me into reading Robin, Tim Drake. So yeah, I got a picture of him holding the Tim Drake. So that was even better. I loved it. It was a good time. Got to meet joystick controller. Got to meet David Krausen, the creator of Harriet Tubman, Vampire Hunter, or is it Demon Hunter? I forget. It happens. Demon Slayer. There it is, Demon Slayer, and T.J. Sterling from Joystick Controller. As I said, it's late, so. Also, I met Jordan Gibson. And here's the cool thing about Jordan. Like, Jordan was like, he seemed like a genuine sweet guy. Like, just a skin of the earth kind of guy. He like, just seemed like a decent dude. And then I come to like look to find out that he is a Bruce Timm-like artist. If that's offensive, I don't mean to be offensive. It's just like, you have a style that is very reminiscent of Bruce Timm, and I am here for it. It's like, it's a positive in my eyes. So being alike, it to me isn't a bad thing. The gaming community would tell you more about, like, you know, a Call of Duty like, League of Legends like these are the most predominant things out there, and like you seem to imitate or come off as like that. So no offense intended by me saying like, but he is a Bruce Timm like artist, and I come to find out he's doing like the new Batman. Like the Batman adventure continues. So this is a continuation from the Batman Bruce Timm verse animated show. I think they call it is it the Timmverse for everything that Bruce Timm had his fingers in, and this is the DCU for the films and the DCAU for the New 52 style series of films, right? With ending with Justice League Apocalypse. Yeah, there we go. Got it. Sidetracked for a bit. But yeah, hung up with that guy. Like, he said he really loved his job. It's his dream job, and he has so much fun doing it. His art style is really good. It varies. It may come off like you just one note, but it's not. Like, and his color tones, they complement each other very well. But like, it also can take a serious tone, even in a comedic style of art, and I appreciated that 100%. Got to see Erica Stoltz finally. Got to actually shake her hand and meet her as well. She's a cool cat. Yeah, like just a cool cat for sure. She did Mandrake. She also had like a story of her own, but like I was more enamored with the Mandrake than like the story I actually like interviewed her with that time before. The podcast is out there. It's there. But Erica was very cool to hang out with, like just for a couple of seconds. It was just a vibe. So I gotta take her for math. I don't know how I pulled that off. I figured like she's not gonna do that. She did. It was awesome. And this guy was cool. Goodness, I don't have like his name either. Crap, this isn't good. Dominic Glover, that's his name. So I took a picture of Dominic Glover. Dominic has like a very ultra kind of like hyperactive style of art. It's neon, but it works. It's like the artist Udon, who used to do the Deadpool or Agent X series. Yeah, or like the older Street Fighter comics that you guys may remember. Some of the, I think Udon is like the artist. He has like a style like that, but instead of like putting that kind of art on paper, it's on like a glossy film. So like the neon really pops, but it also has like some kind of meta symmetry to it. Some of it, like it's a cyberpunk style in a sense, but not exactly that, but has like a fantasy to the cyberpunk vision that's going out there. That's the best way I can describe it. But like, that's the cool thing about like this dude's art. Like you see all this neon there, but then like he does like a mural that blends so many different realities of adult humor cartoon, like Disenchanted, Venture Bros, The Simpsons, Rick and Morty, South Park, Space Ghost, Beavis and Butthead. And this is just what I can see. Bob's Burgers, Ren and Stimpy. He put like a lot of different elements of different characters into this one portrait, and like the kick is, it complements each other. It's like this is like an alternate reality where all these things just blend together inside this one universe, and like it enamored me. I couldn't stop looking at it. I wanted to grab my wallet and just tell him like, just take it, man. Like I felt that feeling. I was Fry trying to buy like a chip to put in my head. Like, shut up and take my money. Good God. But I like this work a lot. I got to meet also Yuko Smith. Took a while to find his page. Took me a while to find his page. That wasn't good. For me, it wasn't good. Because it was on my end because I had forgot the name that he gave me because I couldn't find the card that he gave me. But luckily, I remembered his work, the 1500 that he's doing. So, but his art is really, it's like watercolor, but not that. Dude, it messed with me when I saw that. Like his Mr. Freeze, his Domino, his Storm. Like, dude has like a crazy cool style that I'm not used to seeing, and I definitely say you guys should check him out. Like, I'm gonna try to post as many of these folks as I can throughout the week after DragonCon. But like, honestly, this was a better go around for DragonCon than before. I did talk to the DragonCon staff about what happened on Thursday, so like, hopefully that's all squared away. But if I don't make it to DragonCon next year, you'll probably know why. I don't think I have any news to talk about today. I can check, just like always. Let's see if we got anything out there to talk about. I appreciate you guys being patient with me today because it is usually a rough go. See, it's all over the spectrum. If you're like listening to this the second go around, it just sounds like this sounds nothing like the first episode. That's because I'm a human being and I don't do the same thing every single time because that's crazy. Who does? That's robots. Robots do that. No, thank you. Oh, that's sad. Smash Mouth singer Steve Harwell died at 56. Yeesh. May he rest in peace. Says it was liver failure was the cause of death. That's sad. May he rest well. Whew. All right. So, One Piece is still going. Daredevil director confirms plans for Marvel canceled Defender spinoff. So, where Netflix dropped the ball or couldn't do anything with that universe, the MCU will drop the ball. How dare I say that? Netflix did what they could. They knew they only had one season in this. So, yeah, apparently, I've been looking more into it. It's, you can talk about news as long as you talk about the news, like no promoting. So, you're going to see a lot of stummers and stammerings talking about news that's coming out without talking about me personally wanting to go see it. Only time you can do that is if I do a review, which I can also do, but only if I'm reviewing it and not asking you to go and see this film. This is going to be a fun age of the internet, isn't it? My Adventure of Superman is it's in my queue for me to watch, not for you to watch. I'm talking to you about go watching stuff. I want to be a part of SAG-AFTRA. Wink. God, that's not going to do me any favors or make me any friends. Okay, well, I think I'm done for tonight. I hope you guys are having a good one. It is Tuesday. Holiday is over. Get back to work. Until next time, you guys take it easy. Hey guys, D here of FTL Nerd Talk. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow, tell your friends about FTL Nerd Talk. Got a lot of different shows for all of you. Make sure you tune in every week for a brand new episode. Take it easy.